Good morning. Another day. Come on, Frankie, come. Come on. Come on. Jump. Jump. Come say hi. Come on. Oh, baby. All right, fine. Come on, jump. 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 Come here. Come. Say hi without looking strangled. Come on, say hi and make it look like you like me. Good boy. You ready to get down? Good morning. Hope you're doing all right, or afternoon, or evening. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, come on. Come on, jump. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, it's one of those days when I didn't get to sleep till 3:30-ish, maybe 4. I don't know. Actually. I quit beating myself up for it. It's just hormones. Nothing wrong with me. That's about right. Okay, I was just looking up. I did not find something ahead of time. Sorry. But let's see. Thanks for your patience. Hold on. Here's something. If you want to change your world, first change yourself. Right? The point of no return. Hope for the point of no return. Hope that today will be the day you become unalterably committed to a life without excess. Food and gambling, sex, relationships, wanting, wandering, drugs, alcohol, of course, to a body unburdened with extra calories to burn, debt, loneliness, hangovers, etc., to a mind and heart free to explore the new. This is your life. You're unwilling to spend one more day of it in turmoil. Go beyond the point of no return and become willing to be unwilling to turn back to old behavior. The old way of using food or whatever to fuel emotional hunger cannot offer you peace or joy. The new life you seek can offer you all this and more. So, I know a lot of people are so focused on wanting something in particular that they feel like their life isn't going to, there's no possible way that it makes sense to believe in a different direction. The brain is designed to support your belief system so that you don't have to work so hard at performing your life every day. It's built to actually reduce stress. However, if you were taught at a very young age that certain behaviors were normal and they were not actually helpful, they were maybe survival instincts, or abuse, what happens is now we have to convince the brain that the way it's thinking isn't helpful. And the brain is rebellious. It will fight for you. It will fight for what you have taught it to be true in the past. And that is to behave or think in a certain way. And that feeling a certain way is normal. Like sick. Your brain can convince you because you've convinced it, or your perpetrators have, or your accidental parents have. I mean, I'm no offense to anybody. I'm just saying people don't always know what they're doing. They don't. So no shame. I'm just saying the brain is quite incredible. Very, 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 very. So that's why it's important to, my work phone is beeping off the walls. What's going on? I don't know. Anyway, think about that. Think about looking up on YouTube different channels that talk about neural pathways. It is quite fascinating, especially if you're hurting and craving a person, place, or thing. And if you want to read along with me here and there, you can grab that book. It's probably costs close to nothing because it's so old. And this brush is shedding and it's irritating me. I don't like brushes that shed, but I like the prices at Temu, so I don't know if it's the brush or if it's me, because this is a new brush. Well, obviously, if it's shedding, it's the brush, but I mean, I don't think I've had it too long. I don't think they should expire. Huh. Okay, so that was one of the things I had to learn from me. Because when I grew up so poor. And so embarrassed of my how I was being raised that I just didn't have. I always have that pink area right there. Here we go. That as I grew older, it was so hard. It was so physically hard to talk myself into, or let someone else talk me, excuse me, into a different belief system. Like, well, that I could lay down and go to sleep and be safe. That I could go to school and relax and know that when I left school, I was going to go home to the same house, to the same people, to a home that still had furniture in it, and I still had a bed, versus coming home and the doors are locked and the place is empty. Yeah. So the brain is like so intense on, how do I solve the next problem? How do I solve the next problem? It's not going to relax. It's not going to feel safe. It's not going to feel trusting. And it's so funny. When I was younger, it used to make me so mad when I would be concerned about something and I was asking questions that I felt was relevant, and somebody would say, don't be paranoid. Don't overanalyze. And I would just feel so hurt by that. Like, how dare you say that? Nobody likes saying they're paranoid when they're concerned about something. But I can guarantee you every question I was asking was pertinent to the way I grew up. Yeah, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're struggling with feeling heard, like really heard, well, some people just don't know your same language. Some people don't know how hard you have to try just to start having normal-ish conversations without your brain really intensely analyzing everything that's being said, every smell, every movement. Why is my face just kind of, I think that brush may not be a good brush for me. Okay. Ah! I haven't had expensive makeup brushes in, gosh, probably 15 years. Probably mostly because I don't think it's worth it, because I've had so many good, inexpensive brushes. I'm just not crazy about the last ones I got from Temu. I really like the ones from e.l.f. And I don't remember. Well, I think these were e.l.f. And I'm telling you what, they are very good makeup brushes. These from Temu, they tend to shed a little bit, some of them. So we have to figure that out, because I deserve better than that. Excuse me. So as I'm finding that I'm taking care of business in one way, finding out there's more house repairs to be done, I had a plumber go under the house because I thought, oh, you know what? I smell something wet underneath the house. I wondered if, not underneath the house, coming up from like the floorboards. So I wanted to get that looked at. I didn't know if it was my water heater, if I have to replace my water heater or not. Well, it turns out not only did the hose off the dryer, which is next to the water heater, come undone, but the air duct closest to it became detached, and the people who did some of the construction with my bathroom after that horrible leak, they left a bunch of trash under the house. But of course the plumber wasn't gonna do all those repairs. Nope. So now I have to find someone, HVAC for the one job, an appliance guy for the other job, which they say they don't do. I have to go to someone else, and then someone else to the insurance company to contact the construction people to go down and clean up the mess. That's 3 people. Or I can hire a handyman to maybe hopefully do all 3. But how do you trust a handyman? I don't know. Really don't. Because I'm really struggling with people just even coming in my house right now. But I have to get that up. It's fire hazard. Winter's here. It's just going to blow more and condense from that dryer. So each one needs to be fixed. So we'll see. There's a lot of loud movement going on in the house. It's not stranger danger, but I think, you know, sometimes when you have your door closed, whether it's your kids or your spouse or whoever, they don't want you talking in the other room when your doors are closed. They want you available. And I guess I need to get off of here and open my phone or open my door. But I just wanted to get on here and complain a little bit first. No, I have not been outside with the dogs, and I'm not going to. You know why? I don't feel like it. And you know what else? I'm going to forgive myself for that. Yes, I am. Ta-da. Cheers to me. I'm going to be really nice to myself today. My dining room table and that section of my little dining room is just full of clutter from how I've cleaned out my office. And I don't know how long Timu's going to take to send me those last couple shelving units that I ordered. I'll show you a picture of it when I'm done. It's not expensive looking. But I like it. It's tidy. And that's what I needed. I needed things to get tidied and organized. Very practical. Tidy, organized, and practical. Practical meaning affordable. You know, shelving is expensive. And I saved so much money getting these because I got them on sale. 4 of them for $9.95. The last 2 I had to buy for $22 a piece because they went back up to their normal price. And some sellers were selling them for 30 something. So I got really lucky. Where's my... okay, here's my... okay. I don't usually use crayons on my eyes, but it worked pretty well yesterday. Well, we'll see. Yeah, it worked pretty well yesterday. I was relieved. Because I'm tired of fighting with my eyeliner. Honestly, it's kind of hard to mess up. So I'm good with it. Oh, the house is getting quieter again. Oh, goody. Thought I was going to have to hang up and open my door. I don't usually have my door closed, but there were conversations going on. You know how when I'm on the phone, sometimes I talk, or even on here, sometimes I'll talk really loud, like you can't hear me. Like the distance between me and thee is so far that I have to raise my voice. Or I'm worked up about something. I don't know. This is interesting. I wonder if I can get down in my lash line a little bit. Okay. That's good enough, right? Little crayon. LA Colors Auto Eyeliner. It's not auto when you have to do the driving. Okay. I'm going to dab some dark brown on there like I did yesterday, which I think kind of set it. Because it didn't get all over my eyelids, which I thought was pretty wonderful. Pretty wonderful. Okay, so I wonder what that that reading was again. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Unpleasant emotions are accompanied by tightness in the skeletal muscles and the muscles of the internal organs. Keep up with the muscle tensing long enough and you will begin to hurt. Yes, physically, we overstress our body when we're emotionally and mentally upset. I know this well. So, the point is, some of the damage cannot be rectified, but some of it can. Some of it can. By getting as good a sleep as you can, by eating as well as you can, by talking as well as you can, by allowing certain things to happen or refusing for certain things to happen as well as you can. Not perfectly, but remember, emotions can be just as addictive as drugs and alcohol. Meaning, when we let ourselves or even force ourselves, think about it. I remember the first time I was really aware of this, I was told to pay attention. What's the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning? Well, it's a clean slate. And so I realized for the first time one day, I woke up and I felt like a clean slate. I felt good. And then I thought, well, that's not normal. So I pulled a memory back in and started feeling miserable. And all of a sudden a light bulb went off and I thought, oh my God, I had a choice in that moment where my habits were finally of doing good things for myself were finally catching on. And I pulled that negative thought on purpose. It's kind of like finally getting rid of a migraine and feeling relief and then all of a sudden you go, wait, where's that headache? And you start looking for it again. Don't do that. Just be grateful of the relief. Oh, this feels so good. I feel so at peace. Don't go, where is that headache? I know it's there somewhere, because the neural pathways will start looking for it again. Does that make sense? Well, that makes sense with, especially like the feeling of loneliness. Feeling of loneliness is very heady, very, very addictive, because it's very potent. It's like whiskey compared to a light beer or whatever. I don't know. But it's very, that and resentment. Oh, gosh, they're poisonous. All that anger. And that's what loneliness really is. It's anger because we're alone. We wouldn't feel that sick if we had someone in our life to help fill up that space. And sometimes I've used animal shelters to do it, or going to the mall, or volunteer work, or going to a coffee shop or a library, just so I didn't have to sit at home by myself. And I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. I've done those things because I wanted that much to feel normal, to not have to feel so pathetically alone. I knew that I had decided to live instead of kill myself. And I had to prove it every day for a while. You don't always have to prove your love, but sometimes you do. You don't always have to prove you're committed, but sometimes you do. I disappointed myself for a long time in how I treated myself emotionally, So I had some proving to do. I did. Okay, what am I going to do with this mess? I don't know. I know I don't like it. Let's see. I'm going to calm down the fuzz. Just wrap it around a little bit. Yeah. So when life starts getting better, whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to shake you around. When life starts getting better, it is going to be normal to look for what's wrong. What's wrong? Because your brain isn't used to relaxing. It's not used to feeling safe. And that's where a lot of people talk about self-sabotage. That's like poison, because it can actually kick up what some might consider what would look like paranoia. And just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not really out to kill you. I'm just saying. Sometimes, though, the math doesn't add up. I mean, not every single person you're dating who's a nice guy is out to bury you in their backyard. But, I mean, I'm not saying don't be smart. I'm just saying it took me a long time to feel safe around people who treated me well. It did. Which is too bad. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that back there. I gotta go. All right, so we're squared away. We're ready for our day. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. You know why? Because we showed up. I didn't take my dogs out for a run. You know what? They'll live. They're not going to tear up the house. I'll run them tomorrow or later today. Did I fix myself a fancy coffee? No, but you know what? I don't have to pout about it. I can go to work, be a decent human being, no matter what. It doesn't matter. How about that? All right, so let's go out there and be a decent human being. And you know what? Tomorrow's Friday, paperwork day. But then there's Saturday, and that's Christmas. So be ready for that. Get your head right. Get your head right. All right. You can tell I didn't get much sleep because I'm feeling kind of, what's that, punchy? I don't know. Hey, who loves you, baby? There's a guy on YouTube, I think he's called the Wise Guy, calls his channel Wise Guy. He's always complaining about the Sussexes. I don't care. I just think his voice, I love it. He's such a sarcastic storyteller. I love that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But yeah, he's a hoot. See, I grew up with people like that. That's why Trump doesn't offend me. That's why all of the sarcasm, Wise Guy's a hoot. Who else do I listen to that's kind of sarcastic? These people don't bother me. I grew up like that. And when I got sober, I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to quit cussing. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to do this and that. And I ended up cussing in a AA meeting one time. And somebody goes, there's people trying to be sober in here. You don't have to be cussing like that. And my sponsor steps up and says, hey, hanging out in a church didn't get you here. Hanging out in a bar did. Or something like that. And I was like, yeah, why pretend I'm not somebody? I can slowly improve myself, but I don't have to be a saint right out the door. Good grief. Yeah. I'm so sassy this morning. All right, I gotta go. Love you. Bye for now.